For centuries, Genesis has been seen as a story of the world's physical creation, a historical account of beginnings. But what if Genesis is actually a guide to the birth of consciousness, not the cosmos? Imagine its opening words as an invitation to explore the origins of your own awareness. The story becomes a mirror, reflecting how perception arises and reality is shaped within us. Genesis, then, is less about a distant God, and more about the process by which the formless becomes form, how thought becomes experience. Let's set aside literal interpretations and see Genesis as a symbolic map of the mind, a living allegory for the awakening of consciousness. This is not just ancient history, it's the ongoing story of how you create your world right now. Ancient texts often seem like tales of others far removed from us, but Genesis, read metaphysically, is your story. You are the central character, the observer for whom the universe unfolds. The creation narrative is a metaphor for the awakening of your own awareness. Each day as you wake, you reenact the first day of creation, consciousness emerging from darkness. Genesis is not a history lesson but a meditation on your existence. The heavens and earth are dimensions of your being. The light is your awareness. The epic of creation is unfolding within your consciousness. You are not just reading the story, you are living it. The Hebrew word, bereshit, it's a term steeped in history, resonating with echoes of ancient wisdom and profound philosophical inquiry. It's a word that has captivated scholars, mystics, and seekers of truth for centuries. In the beginning. These are the words that have launched countless interpretations, sparking debates about the nature of existence and the origins of the cosmos. It's a phrase that hints at the infinite possibilities contained within the void. But Bereshit is not merely about a date, a fixed point in the linear progression of time. It transcends the limitations of calendars and clocks. It is, more profoundly, the first spark of perception, the initial flicker of consciousness in the vast darkness. It's the moment when the universe begins to observe itself. It marks the moment awareness arises from stillness, when the potential for experience crystallizes into actual experience. It's the transition from the unmanifest to the manifest. It's the instant when the observer is born, when subjectivity emerges from the ocean of objectivity. The universe gains a witness, a participant in its unfolding drama. Imagine opening your eyes for the very first time. Imagine waking in a silent, dark room, a space devoid of light and sound. The room existed in a state of latent possibility, a container waiting to be filled with experience. But only now, with the opening of your eyes, is it truly experienced, brought into being through the act of perception. Bereshit is that shift, that fundamental transformation. It's the transition from potential to perception, from the unformed to the formed, from the invisible to the visible. It's the birth of the observer, the genesis of consciousness, the dawn of awareness. This is not a one-time event confined to a distant past, but an ongoing process, a continuous cycle of creation and renewal that unfolds with every passing moment. Every new thought, every fleeting sensation, every nascent emotion, every shift in focus, every change in perspective, every adjustment of our inner lens, is a new beginning, a fresh opportunity to engage with the world in a meaningful way. The universe is not a finished object, a static entity frozen in time, but a dynamic process, a swirling vortex of energy and information, constantly evolving and transforming, constantly born anew, emerging from the depths of potential into the light of manifestation, through perception, through the act of seeing, feeling, and knowing. In the beginning is an invitation, a beckoning call to step into the flow of creation, to witness the power, the raw, untamed energy that fuels the universe, of your own awareness, your own capacity to shape reality through the power of your attention. Creation is the act of consciousness, the dance between mind and matter, the interplay between the observer and the observed, engaging with reality, immersing ourselves in the richness and complexity of the present moment. Bereshit is the eternal first step, the courageous leap into the unknown, the spark that ignites experience, the catalyst that transforms potential into actuality. Every moment you become aware, every time you truly see, every instance of genuine connection. Creation begins again, the universe rediscovers itself through your eyes. After Bereshit, the text introduces Elohim, a plural word, not a singular god. Elohim represents a symphony of creative forces, not a lone architect. Like an orchestra, creation is the harmony of many principles, physics, mathematics, energy, working together. Elohim is the intelligence woven into existence, the cosmic code that transforms potential into reality. Creation is not external, it is the universe's inherent potential expressing itself. The creative impulse is embedded within all things. Elohim is the unity behind the diversity, the mind dreaming the universe into being. When the story says Elohim created, it means the totality of cosmic laws began to operate. Before creation, Genesis presents the void, a canvas of nothingness, an infinite expanse where existence itself is yet to be born. Imagine a realm beyond stars, beyond galaxies, a space so profound it defies comprehension. This is the stage upon which the drama of creation will unfold, formless, a state of pure potential, unburdened by definition. Like clay waiting for the sculptor's hand, the void holds within it the promise of all things, a boundless ocean of possibility. It is the absence of structure, the raw material from which all forms will emerge, dark. A darkness that is not merely the absence of light but a profound mystery. It is the fertile ground where seeds of creation lie dormant, waiting for the spark of awareness to ignite them. This darkness is not to be feared but embraced as the source of all that is to come, and deep, a depth that plumbs the unfathomable, a wellspring of untapped energy. It is the source from which all things arise, the foundation upon which the universe is built. This depth invites exploration, a journey into the heart of being. These are not physical places, locations on a map, or destinations to be reached, but symbols of consciousness, archetypes that reside within the human psyche. They are the inner landscapes of our minds, the realms of thought and feeling that shape our experience of reality. The void is pure potential, the silence before thought, a space of infinite possibility where anything can happen. It is the canvas upon which we paint our lives, the raw material from which we create our world. Light is the first creation, the initial spark that pierces the darkness. Not sunlight, but the light of awareness, the dawning of understanding. It is the moment when we awaken to the truth of our being, when we see the world with new eyes. The spark that makes knowing possible. The illumination that dispels ignorance and reveals the path forward. It is the key that unlocks the mysteries of the universe. Light illuminates the unknown, casting shadows that define form and reveal hidden truths. Darkness is simply the unmanifested, the potential waiting to be realized. It is the fertile ground where new ideas take root and grow. Heaven and earth are not sky and ground, physical locations separated by distance, but the realms of thought and form, the inner and outer dimensions of reality. Heaven is the blueprint, the realm of ideas and possibilities, ideas the seeds of creation, and patterns the underlying structure of reality. Earth is manifestation, the tangible world of form, what you can sense, the data that floods your consciousness, and touch, the grounding force that connects us to the present moment. Creation is the process, the dance between heaven and earth, of bringing ideas from heaven, the realm of pure potential, into the tangible world of earth, the transformation of thought into form, of dream into reality, the interplay of light and darkness, the constant dance of opposites. Heaven and earth, the union of mind and body, is the architecture of the mind, the framework upon which we build our understanding of the world. Genesis lays out the building blocks of reality, the fundamental principles that govern existence. Potential, the promise of what could be. Awareness, the light that illuminates the path. Thought, the architect of our reality. And form, the manifestation of our inner world. The story is about how consciousness shapes experience, how our thoughts and beliefs create our reality. The world is created within you, moment by moment, a reflection of your inner landscape, a testament to the power of consciousness. The first day of creation, let there be light. This is not physical light, but the birth of consciousness, the dawning of awareness. With light comes distinction, the knower and the known, self and other. The act of separation, light from darkness, creates the possibility of experience. Naming day and night establishes the first rhythm, awareness and rest, manifestation and potential. This is the heartbeat of consciousness. Waking and sleeping, focus and release. The first day is not about planets, but about the capacity for experience. The observer, the field of potential, and their dynamic relationship are established. Reality's operating system is installed. The dreamer awakens and recognizes, I am. This foundational act of self-awareness is the seed of all experience. Creation begins with a single spark of light within. On the second day, Elohim creates the firmament, dividing the waters. Metaphysically, the waters are undifferentiated potential. The firmament is the birth of the individual self. It's the mental boundary that separates universal consciousness from personal experience. The waters above are collective consciousness, the waters below are personal feelings and thoughts. The firmament is the membrane that gives rise to the sense of I am me. This structure allows us to experience reality from a unique vantage point. Without it, we'd remain merged with the infinite, unable to have individual experience. The second day is about the creation of the subjective self, the necessary illusion of separation. Our sense of identity is born, but so is the feeling of being apart from the whole. The firmament explains our sense of separation, the feeling of being alone in the universe. The boundary that gives us individuality also creates the illusion of isolation. This separation is not a flaw, but a requirement for unique experience. The firmament allows for personal thoughts and feelings, but also for longing and loneliness. Our deepest desire is to overcome this separation and return to unity. The spiritual journey is an attempt to see through the illusion of division. Loneliness is not a failing, but a feature of consciousness designed to propel us toward wholeness. Stepping back, we begin to see the grand tapestry of existence. It's a perspective shift, a move away from the immediate and into the infinite. Genesis reveals itself not as a dusty relic of the past, but as a vibrant, breathing narrative. It's a living map of the inner cosmos, a guide to understanding the universe within. Each swirl of the nebula, each distant galaxy, mirrors the landscapes of our own consciousness. The creation story, often relegated to the realm of myth, is a timeless allegory, a symbolic representation of the continuous unfolding of reality. It speaks to the very nature of existence, and our place within it. It's a profound metaphor for how consciousness dreams itself into existence, how the universe comes alive through our perception. We are the dreamers, and the dream itself. The 6 days, often interpreted literally, are stages in the unfolding of awareness, a symbolic journey through the evolution of consciousness. Each day represents a new level of understanding, a deeper connection to the self and the universe. This isn't a story of something that happened long ago, it's happening within you right now. The creation is not a singular event but a continuous process. Bereshit is the moment of first perception, that initial spark of awareness that ignites the universe within. Elohim is the symphony of creative forces, the harmonious interplay of energies that shape reality. It's the music of the cosmos, playing out within each of us. The first day brings awareness, the dawning of consciousness upon the void. It's the recognition of existence, the simple yet profound understanding that I am. The second, the sense of self and separation, the creation of boundaries and distinctions. It's the emergence of the ego, the feeling of being an individual entity separate from the whole. Genesis is not just about the past, it's not merely a historical account or a religious doctrine, it's a guide to self-realization, a roadmap for navigating the inner landscape and discovering your true potential. The creative forces of the universe, the very energies that birthed galaxies and stars, are the fabric of your own consciousness, the building blocks of your thoughts, feelings, and perceptions. You are not a passive observer, simply watching the world go by, but a co-creator of reality, actively shaping your experience through your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. The dream is happening through you. You are the instrument through which the universe expresses itself. The story of creation continues, evolving and expanding with each moment, with each breath. The creator and the creation are inextricably linked, two sides of the same coin, and have always been one and the same, a unified field of consciousness experiencing itself.